So it's that season again. It is sorrel making time. It's Christmas season, so you have to have some sorrel. So I'm going to show you guys how I make my sorrel. I think my sorrel is very, very good. So I'm just going to take you step by step on how I do it. So right now I'm just washing the sorrel, making sure that there's no seeds in there, making sure that you're taking out all bad pieces out of there. I do both fresh sorrel and dry sorrel, so I combine both of them, and I feel like it gives you a really nice flavor and a really rich look. I'm also washing ginger as well. Make sure my ginger is clean because I don't grate or blend up my ginger. I just smash the ginger and put it into my pot. Along with mash the ginger and put it into my pot, I also put pimento seeds. So I'm using a really big pot this year. I'm using a stock pot. I got it from Walmart, a big stock pot, about like $35. So usually I don't put as much pimento, but because this was like quadruple the size of what I usually do. So, the ingredients are a lot more. So as you see in the video, you're going to see like 13 cups of sugar, 2 bottles of Ray Nephew. But when I tell you the amount of sorrel I made, it was a lot. So yeah, it does seem like a lot of sugar. It does seem like a lot of Ray Nephew. But trust me, it's only because of how much I made. Usually my go-to amounts are about 4.5 cups of sugar and 2.5 cups of Ray and Nephew, and that is with like a smaller pot. But this is a big stock pot, so like I said, it's a lot more sugar, a lot more Ray Nephew, and I like my sorrel a little bit on the stronger side. You don't taste the rum like that in it, but it's not weak, if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, so I put about 20 pimento whole allspice seeds in the water, and I boil up the water a little bit just to catch the ginger flavor. And then after I wash the sorrel, then that's when I start putting the sorrel into the pot, and I let that boil up. So while I'm letting it boil up, because there's a lot in the pot, I'm just pushing it down, just to ensure that all of the sorrel is in there, getting heated and cooking up. And then once it's all boiled up, I end up turning off the fire and then moving the pot off the fire, and I just cover it up and let it do its thing. And I let it sit for about 24 hours. So literally the next day, I will then strain it out. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the sorrel that's in here, we're gonna put it in here. Okay. It just boiled a little bit just to give it a little flavor. And then we're gonna just start putting all the sorrel in. So this is 2 bags of sorrel and 2 bags of dried sorrel. So 2 bags of fresh sorrel and 2 bags of dry sorrel. Put that in there. This is a kind of a big pot too. It's just a stock pot that you get from Walmart, the big stock pot.
And guys, I am back. And I'm back, and I'm just gonna eat I'm just gonna eat dried mango.
So I have the sorrel here. If you look, it's like overflowed a little bit. So I might take some out, to be honest. But we'll see.
I'm almost done my homework. Me too.
Just gonna push it down. It might all fit as long as I could push it down. Okay. And then I want it to boil up a little bit. And then we're gonna put it to steep. So I'm just gonna put it on high so it can boil up. But this is what it's looking like. See the stock pot. Okay. So let's wait till it boils up and we'll come back. So what I like to do is while it's boiling, I like to just push it down, mix it up a little bit. Make sure it's getting like submerged in the water. Because you also have the ginger at the bottom, right? So I want to make sure it's getting submerged in. Everything is coated with the water. Okay, just let it rest again. And in about like when it starts to boil, I'll mix it up again and then I'll close up the lid. So it's starting to boil, so I'm just gonna push it again. See the color? It's getting dark. See that? We like that darkness. Push, 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 push. Okay. Okay. And we just push it off of the fire. Take it off. And we're gonna cover it. And let it sleep. And that's all. So now we're at the fun part and we will be mixing up the sorrel. So I'm using this measuring cup because it's easier and there's so much sorrel to pour it into the strainer and we're going to strain it out. So all of the flowers we're trying to press out and we're going to remove because all we want is the liquid. The flavoring from the flowers is all we wanted and the color. So we're going to pour it out in the strainer. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to be pushing down on the flowers to make sure everything's out. And then I'm going to be restraining it into a bigger bowl. And when I restrain into the bigger bowl, after it's strained to the bigger bowl, that's when I add my sugar, my Wray and Nephew, and mix it all up. And that's that. So continue watching. Okay. Come closer.
Her name's Annie. We'll be back here soon. There's half a locket around her neck.
Bring the strainer closer.
And we have the other half.
Why not use one of the big
You know
thing?
that she's...
Come closer.
All things that will never happen.
Ooh.
It's the hard knock life. The hard knock life.
That's that.
Knock life.
So we got sugar. Okay. Four.
That's the Ray nephew bottle that she's using.
Hey, Mommy drink a drink?
So once we're done mixing the sorrel with the sugar and Ray nephew, we're now going to be bottling these up. I do put the bottle in a pot just to make sure, as you can see with the overflow, it's being caught, and I can pour the rest in the bowl and then put it back in the bottles. I do wash these bottles off with water, and then I wipe it down because it will be sticky if you just leave it as it is. But yeah, let me know, comment down below if you make sorrel home, or if you tried sorrel, or if you even tried this recipe. You can make this recipe a very smaller batch. Like I said, this was a big batch I made. You can make it a lot smaller, like 7 or 8 pimento seeds, a little, add the sugar as cup at a time, a half a cup at a time, Ray nephew a little bit at a time, and taste it to your standards of how you like it. But let me know down below what you think of the video, if you tried it, or if you have made it yourself. Like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye. We got sorrel bottles. All the sorrel bottles that we made. There's a lot more, but just showing you a preview of how it looks. And I keep it cold in the garage.